still waiting for the moon to come up so I can get the Mars-Moon conjunction, and we'll try to shoot that. I'm going to try to shoot at 800 millimeter. Buenos dias and welcome back to another video, my friends. So today on the channel we are going to shoot 800 millimeter RF f11, and we're going to shoot stars. And the reason I'm looking up there, it's daylight right now, but when we get down to it, we're going to shoot some stars tonight. And really the stars that I'm looking for are the galactical, that's not right, I'm not really an astrophotographer, but I'm playing one tonight. So the astronomical features that I'm looking for here tonight are a conjunction in Pablo's sense of understanding astronomy and photography and astronomy, is that the moon tonight, and it's going to be like at 11, I don't know, 49 or something like that. So it'll be much later tonight, about 6 hours, or no, 5 hours from now, that the moon and Mars will be within 4 degrees of each other. I'll put the exact degrees on the screen right now, but the idea is to try to get them in focus with this bad boy. Now, hopefully they're close enough that they'll fit within the lens that I have, the optical view of the lens. But if that doesn't work out, then we'll try to take them individually, and we'll just try to get some nice shots of the moon. The moon is always a great subject, regardless of whether it's in waxing gibbous or it's a full moon or what have you. I pretend like I know the language. I kind of do. I'm learning, getting a little better, little by little. All right, so it's not quite time yet, but welcome to darkness here. So I got my cell phone on me a little bit for a little bit of light. I don't want to shine a lot of light because I want to focus on the stars. However, I've got Jupiter in my scopes. In fact, let me put it through the simulator. This is essentially what I'm looking at here through my telescope, but it's a tiny little dot. So let's see if we can get some of the gases that create the stripes that you generally see on Jupiter. Let's see if we can get some of that right now. I'm going to tell you that trying to, at least I'm not proficient at it at all yet, in trying to find a single planet or a star that's, I mean, it's a bright, Jupiter is the brightest or one of the brightest planets out there. And being at 800 millimeters, it moves pretty quickly, like within the viewfinder. So I guess that's why astrophotographers use trackers and all that good stuff. But we're out here doing our best, so I'm getting there. All right, let's focus on this bad boy. I think I got it in my scopes, and yeah, it's pretty. I don't know how sharp this is gonna be. Gosh, it's moving all over the place. It's just moving so fast. At 800 millimeters, I've got just a fraction of time before it starts to move out of my viewpoint. Let's see if you can see that on the viewfinder. That's essentially what we're looking at, but let me put one on the screen. It's not great, but that is Jupiter. Okay. That's fun. So just a little bit of an update. I know that I'm not going to get a great shot of Jupiter, just for the simple fact that, one, I know I need to shoot a lot more shots. I feel like the idea of getting these shots in a single shot, meaning a single planetary shot that's so far away, is next to impossible on a mirrorless camera in one shot. So that being said, no big deal. I've been having fun out here nonetheless, just giving it a shot. I have to do that another time. So I'm still waiting for the moon to come up so I can get the Mars-Moon conjunction, and we'll try to shoot that. I'm going to try to shoot at 800 millimeters, but I feel like I'm probably going to be too punched in, so I may switch to my 24 to 105 and shoot it at 100 millimeters or 120. Bottom line is I had to abandon the 800 millimeter. It was just too much out here, so I slapped on the 24 to 105, and I was able to get some pretty decent shots. Even though on the 800 I did get a nice moon shot, but with the 24 to 105, and I'm also punched in, instead of shooting full, I'm shooting 1.6 times crop, which does minimize the pixel count a little bit overall, but nonetheless, I'm able to get some pretty good shots here. I'll put one on the screen right now. This one that I'm showing you is 1/250th of a second at 5.6 f-stop, and then a 1600 ISO. The ISO might be a little high, but I was able to get a real light hint of Mars. So it's working out. I'm getting the conjunction. I can see it in the sky, and in fact you can see how red Mars really is. It's a clear night tonight. To the eye, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But just in camera, I just gotta be better. I gotta practice more. I love shooting the moon though. Like if you're just starting out in photography or astrophotography, the moon is a great subject because it's nice and large, it's easy to find, and you can use your zoom to pinpoint focus and then shoot it, and yeah, put it on your computer, check it out. It's marvelous, and the different stages of the moon is fun to shoot. But nonetheless, I love this conjunction. In fact, let me show you the simulation of it here. So this is the simulation of what we have going on. And so this is exactly where it is in the sky. And as you can see, it's an overlay. So what you see are trees down below that are, were in my way earlier, but now it's risen above the trees. And I do see a star. So that is another planet right there. That is Uranus. So that's what I'm seeing lined up here between these three that I see them in the sky, all three planets, which is pretty cool. Let me see if I can try to get that as well. All right, so I think I'm done out here for tonight. I was able to get 3 shots where at least Neptune was kind of showing itself in the camera, but I know I did get at least the conjunction good enough to where I think when we go into post here that it'll show itself as long as I can tease it out. So let's get into the computer. Okay, we're in Lightroom, and I pulled up a whole tray of images, as you can see down below, but I've selected one because the reality is the shots just aren't that good, and that's okay. Like, I had a lot of fun trying tonight. So let's take a look at this one shot that essentially I didn't do a lot. Globally, you can see that I didn't really mess with the exposure or the contrast. Highlights, I just brought it down just a smidge, and pulled the whites up a little bit, and then left the texture and the clarity alone. Did a little dehaze and bumped the vibrance a bit and a little bit of saturation. But outside of that, if I brought the reds in a tad there on the hue, and that was mostly to try to tease out that little dot there, which is Mars. But nonetheless, I really didn't do anything down here. I did a little bit of sharpening, and that's about it. But the one thing that I did do is I pulled a radial mask, and I did 2 of them. The first one, as you can see, is inverted. So what I wanted to do was bring down the highlights on the moon to bring back all the detail on the moon. And then I did another layer mask on too to kind of just tease out the Mars planet a little bit, and just so it would be a little brighter. You're not going to see a shape, you're really just going to see a dot. That's essentially what I saw in the sky. But what's interesting is, I don't know if my eyes seen that it's red up there because it is the red planet, but Nonetheless, I'd like to think I saw red to my naked eye, but in here, I think I'm lacking definitely in some knowledge on how to shoot these planets together. But I had a lot of fun doing it, and I hope you learned a little something, even on not how to do it. There's lots that goes into astrophotography. Again, I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too. Until the next one, I love y'all. Peace.